Months had passed since the first annual Wonka Watch Hunger Games. But as Felicia and Elaine sat in their lazy boy chairs in the well, they looked at that clock and they said, "We can't wait another year for a bloodbath." And so they grabbed the magic a horn. They made a BCC list of everyone's emails, hit send, and 24 tributes came forward for the second annual kind of we're calling, who's to say time? It don't have a thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's been at least a year in Wonka time.
Yeah, it's been a year in Wonka time, and history is written by those who write. Anyway, so we voiceover again. Felicia and Elaine hit send on the email, embarked towards the nearest forest, and there, before them, were their tributes.
Absolutely terrifying.
Oh my gosh. Because if you don't know, guys, this is Wonka Watch, the podcast that talks about the Wonkaverse from two people who did not think they cared at all about any sort of Wonka thing, let alone making their own Hunger Games spin-off of Wonka, until we learned there is a prequel in the making starring Timothée Chalamet, and we were like, what the fuck? We have to look into this. So here we are, bright, blooming, and shimmering with joy,
returning once again to the ever-beloved Branch Steel Hunger Games simulator with a new batch of contestants.
Exactly. Everyone loved when we try to kill everyone off. It was their favorite thing.
This is our most requested episode. Like, we've had multiple people say this has been their favorite. And you know what? We missed it. We wanted this fun. Because, truly, there's something so nice about genuinely not knowing how an episode's going to turn out. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. It's freeing. It's nice.
Yeah. And if you're new, quick overview. We have added our own people in the Wonka canon. It's almost like the Wonka Watch canon. So there are certain episodes where we go through and we talk about something and they become so important to all the future things we keep talking about. They just get entered into it. So we throw these people into these situations, you know?
I'll give a very brief background on some of the characters as we go through our tributes list.
How did they get here? It'll be like our fun documentary, like right before the Dancing with the Stars competition. They're like, and here's their origin story on American Idol, and then they go to sing. That'll be, we'll have those moments. Yeah.
I chose the tributes as like Wonka characters, but mostly new additions, like people who weren't in the last one. We only have a few repeats because I wanted to. I mean, me and Elaine are still in there. Of course we are. How could I?
We will be there every single time.
Every single time.
We cannot die.
Brought back up from Minus Land once again. You know, that does mean nothing. Turns out Minus Land is a very easy place to come back from, according to Charlie in the Glass Elevator.
Yeah, truly,
so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's fine.
But also including like Wonka Watch, creation characters, so characters from our fan fictions and characters from some of our more experimental episodes.
Saying they're experimental makes it sound like actual art.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, this is our experimental gallery where we played with a different medium, and the medium is creating our own reality TV show.
But before we let the games begin, there's a package from my sponsor, and in this package is a piece of Wonka news. Related news, kind of, in the sense that it's about candy and a little weird. There's not much going on in the world of Wonka right now, so we're getting a little bit. We're pushing the boundaries of what's Wonka news.
We're being experimental with journalism in a way that no one has been experimental with it before. Pulitzer, we're coming for you, babes.
A real gonzo journalism approach. Guerrilla journalism. Muckraker journalism.
Yeah,
just every journalism term I know.
Just every muckraker.
But I saw this email in my inbox approximately 5 minutes before we started this recording, and I said, oh, this is it. Perfect. This is perfect. It's from CNBC, and the article is titled, "This company wants to pay you $100,000 a year to eat candy. Here's how to apply."
Damn.
Which is wild. And then I was like, okay, this is probably something funny. No, this is like legit insane. So let's dive into this. So move aside, Willy Wonka. A candy company called Candy Funhouse is hiring a professional taste tester with a salary of up to $100,000 per year. It's described as the world's first chief candy officer. The chosen applicant will be responsible for taste testing roughly 3,500 products each month, running company board meetings, and approving new candy inventory with their CCO stamp of approval, according to the LinkedIn post. That's a lot of candy, the CNN article says, because it equals out to 113 pieces a day, which is a lot. But here is the plot twist. This is the major plot twist that I did not expect. The job requirements are minimal. You must be at least 5 years old and reside in North America and have an obvious love for sugar. The listing says parents can apply for their children and that the CCO will undergo extensive palate training to certify their golden taste buds before they're entrusted to select Candy Funhouse stock.
What the fuck?
Like the love of candy, the position isn't bound by age, the listing says. All you need is a passion for candy, pop culture, and a sweet tooth. And the 5-year-old can work from home, if they want to, or be on location in Newark, New Jersey, or Toronto, Canada.
That would be a pretty good tax loophole. Like, you still have to pay the tax on your kids' stuff. I know too much about this. I'm too adult. But that's insane. That's your 5-year-old Gerber baby moves on to candy. They will train your 5-year-old.
The position doesn't have an expiration date. If a 5-year-old is selected, they could potentially hold the CCO title for their entire life. Hijazi, who I assume is someone on the administrative board there, admits having a young person leading the board meetings would be a little chaotic, but he sees this as an opportunity for creativity. They could have a potential 5-year-old hosting these board meetings. That'd be batshit. The deadline to apply is August 31st.
Okay, everybody. We need a Wonka Watch person within this community to get this job. And then you get to be our mole. You get to tell us everything.
You're the chocolate spy now.
You're the chocolate spy! The reality show begins.
Following the steps of Amari Guishon, the famous mole.
With his uncomfortably sexy pterodactyl chocolate statue.
Right behind him at all times. Well, hey, so if anyone is interested in that, go for it, man.
We got a link in the description.
Will be a reference.
I will fucking
Absolutely
die.
Not.
I will fucking die.
Hi, this is the Candy Fun Company. Turns out some listener of your podcast said you guys would be a reference.
Hi there, Daryl.
Absolutely. No, I'm stopping this right now. We have too much stuff to cover. We can't deal with this weird, wretched old woman character you're playing.
We are back.
That was so mean.
Damn. You know what? If I was awake enough, I might be hurt by that, but I'm tired enough to just forget it. So, me with the 3rd grade. Anyway.
Stupid.
So,
it's not anything.
I don't... Felicia? I'm like Swiss cheese right now, and you're throwing bullets at me, but they're going through. You're throwing them at me. You're throwing them. You got a handle. You're throwing them at me, but Swiss cheese is going right through me. It still hurts, even if there isn't any damage. What am I saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's just, it feels like you're talking and not really thinking about the words you're saying as you're saying them.
God, no. But I will say that I thought it was hilarious that we had named our first episode the annual Wonka Watch Hunger Games, when in my heart I was like, after it released, I was thinking about it, I was like, there's no fucking way we're waiting a year before we do this again, is there? Like, no, we have way too much fun.
Annual Wonka Watch Hunger Games sounds so good in the mouth.
Felicia, tell me, who do I get to watch fight each other this time around?
So we're gonna review all of the people brought into this Hunger Games arena. District 1, I have dubbed the Legends. So this is Gene Wonka and Johnny Wonka. They're classics. We all know them. We have mixed feelings on them, but they are here. District 2 is the newcomers. We've got Timmy Wonka and Hugo Loompa representing the 2023 prequel. District 3 is the Broadway babes, including both Christian Wonka and Doug Wonka.
I love that you've named the districts as well.
I was having a fun time.
Oh, I love it. I'm into it. Yeah.
District 4, the lovers, according to Felicia's fanfiction that was featured a few episodes ago, is TJ Wonka and Roald Wonka.
Oh,
because the last time we ran the Hunger Games, we only had Timmy, Jean, and Johnny. And the Wonkaverse has expanded exponentially since that point.
Because we have 12 Wonkas, right?
Yeah, I didn't include every single one in here, but I included quite a few.
But we have, like, as total, 12.
A shit ton.
That's fucking insane.
District 5 is the ad men of Alton Wonka and Mark Wonka. And then District 6 is the horror squad, including Puppet Wonka and the Vermicious Canids. Just a whole bunch of them.
I love that.
And then District 7, the Wonka Scholars. It's you and me, Elaine. We're here
Hell
together.
Yeah.
District 8, the Vigilantes. Now, if you're a new listener to this podcast, this is going to take a little bit of explaining. Number 1 is Chef Amari Guishon, who is the host of School of Chocolate on Netflix, who in our what was the episode? Creating a Wonka reality show. We decided he was an enemy of Wonka who served as a mole on his reality show, but they were kind of friends behind the scenes. He wore these fake sideburns the whole time. And we're just kind of obsessed with the concept of Chef Amari Guishon. We know nothing about the man except for Elaine watching School of Chocolate, but we're just kind of obsessed with his whole deal.
Yes.
And then I also included private detective investigator Milano Tollhouse, who I was a last minute addition to the roster, and I was looking at who are our creations in the Wonkaverse, and he was a standout. So he's from our Wonka Rapture Delayed, where I read a very real and definitely not made up report from one Mr. Private Detective Investigator Milano Tollhouse. There are rumors that Private Detective Investigator Milano Tollhouse is simply a torso.
Just a torso.
Just a torso. Now, these are debatable, but we'll see how this Hunger Games plays out, see what happens. Maybe he will be a torso at the end. We don't know.
I swear to God, if he only body slams people, though...
Oh, it's going to be evidence. It's going to be good evidence.
Confirmed.
District 9 is the super spies, including Wolf Blitzer and Fickle Grubber. Yes! Wolf Blitzer was part of Elaine's fan fiction, first appeared as a contestant on Wonka's reality show. Why? I don't really know, but he's here now, and we love him. I don't know what your logic was in suggesting him.
I remember, I think I was like, we just need an imposing force like Wolf Blitzer. And then I don't know. He's here now.
And then there's Fickle Grubber, but specifically Elaine's stuffed animal representation of him, who she is holding now currently. And don't worry, nothing really too bad will happen. He can make it back up from Minus Land no matter what.
Yeah, he's with me now. You're with me now, kid. Okay, thank you.
District 10, we have the Elders, and I put in Grandpa George and Grandma Georgina. I was like, we haven't had them in yet.
Georgina?
Grandma Georgina is a powerhouse.
She's chaotic in a lot of the canon.
She saw President Lincoln's death.
She's gone through, mental horrors we probably could never understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. District 11 was a little bit of a catch-all, but I called it the Foodies, including Nelda Nerd and Gordon Ramsay. Now, Nelda Nerd is the mascot of the Nerds, who we have insinuated is married to Mark Wonka in our fiction. And then...
Lover against lover.
Lover against lover. And then...
My God. And then Goomba.
And then did we call him Goomba in the episode?
You called him Goomba.
I called him.
You were like, I called him Gordon Ramsay, or as we like to call him, Goomba.
I did.
And he's Goomba Loompa now, so
I don't remember that. But we added Gordon Ramsay from his appearance in the Mr. Beast Wonka video.
I'm so happy.
And then District 12 is the Doomed Visitors. So I selected one from each of which character would win Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. So I added Tom Wamsgans from our Succession episode, and then Philippe Desjardins from the famed movie Hostiles that no one has ever seen. He's in it for 2 minutes, but we kind of became obsessed with him in the episode. He was such a tragic figure through Elaine's beautiful writing. Elaine, you really painted the picture for both of these. Tom Wamsgans in the factory slipped on a banana peel after being obsessed about an orgy for about 2 hours. And then Philippe Desjardins, didn't he just get left in a room and everybody forgot about him?
Yeah, but then he had a romance arc.
Yeah, and then he had a romance with So Laurie from Little Women was in love with Philippe Desjardins, but then Philippe Desjardins' older brother came in. Jacques, yeah. And then Laurie, not Timothy Chalamet, let's clarify. Laurie from Little Women fell in love with Jacques. But then Jacques died because he did something
he came
with
across
a
the
muscle
gym.
juice.
Yeah, he couldn't
it was something with the gym.
Yeah.
And then he died in the gym. What happened?
He forgot leg day, so he had these.
Oh, he forgot leg day. Yeah, that's right. And then, so then Philippe Desjardins came back as a ghost. And him and Laurie lived happily ever after, because you made a really depressing ending for Laurie, where he's like, he tried to turn the factory into community theater and it got really depressing and it broke down. And then I was like, but wait, Philippe Desjardins' ghost, and they ride off together with a horse on the sunset.
It was really cute. Yeah.
He's one of my favorite characters in the Wonkaverse, and I feel like we don't give him enough credit.
You know, you're right. I'm glad we got to bring him up again. And I think this is going to be hopefully his redeeming thing. Philippe Desjardins is a soldier. So,
you know, and I think these Hunger Games episodes are actually kind of helpful in rounding up, like, who are the additions? Who do we need to keep an eye on?
It's almost like if you want to start on this podcast and understand minor references aside from going directly to our canon episodes, the Hunger Games episodes are weirdly good things we should direct people to.
Shockingly, yeah.
That's wild. That's a thing.
Yeah, we didn't give as much explanation in the last episode, but they're getting more abstract, so I think...
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, half of it is Wonka's, but...
I mean, that was our 10th episode, right?
Yeah, so
which
we didn't have much time.
Yeah.
It's been 30 episodes. We've earned this.
My gosh, we have.
As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Thank you. Tom Wamsgans snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag.
Oh, shit.
Nelda Nerd runs away from the cornucopia, as does Rolled Wonka. Christian Wonka grabs a backpack and then retreats. Wolf Blitzer runs away from the cornucopia.
Smart.
The Vermicious Canids run away from the cornucopia, also in a big group. Doug Wonka runs away. Oh, Elaine, Am
I immediately dead?
Yeah, so you're the first kill this time. And I want you to guess who killed you. I want you to guess.
I'm gonna go with Goompa Loompa killed me.
Very close. Very
Huga
close
Loompa.
because it was Huga Loompa.
Damn. You know what? I'll take that.
You found him hiding, but he killed you.
Huga Loompa, I was one of your number one supporters. Fuck you.
Were.
I hope you drown on your paddleboard.
Oh, good lord. All right, so Puppet Wonka clutches a first aid kit in his incredibly large arms and runs away. It's really terrifying. I haven't had to picture him in motion.
Because did we even have Puppet Wonka in the last one?
No.
Oh god, he's gonna win. Oh god, every interaction's gonna be awful. Can you imagine Puppet Wonka?
Okay, Gordon Ramsay runs away from the cornucopia.
Little bitch.
Grandpa George, Fickle Grubber, TJ Wonka, and Grandma Georgina share everything they've gathered before running away.
Wow.
Fickle Grubber with the grandparents feels right. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Milano Tollhouse runs away from the cornucopia. I take a handful of throwing knives. Now, let's be real. I'm not going to do anything with those. Now, this is crazy. Johnny Wonka breaks Alton Wonka's nose for a basket of bread.
Okay, we know Alton Wonka has big fucking nose.
Big fucking
his nose is his face. His nose starts on his forehead and goes to his mouth and extends at least by 6 inches.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's out then. I mean, he might still be here, but
he's down for the count.
And sorry, who did that again?
Johnny Wonka.
Okay.
Bonked him on the head like a shark. Timmy Wonka runs away from the cornucopia, as does Jean, and then Chef Amari Guichon grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia, and both Philippe Desjardins and Mark Wonka grab shovels.
Interesting choices.
All right, so Mark Wonka, Tom Wamsgans, Fickle Grubber, and Puppet Wonka raid Huga Loompa's camp while he's hunting. What a fucking squad.
Everywhere Huga Loompa goes, there's a little, like, tuba sound.
But I think Fickle Grubber's getting revenge for you.
Oh, I would love a long game where Fickle Grubber wins and takes down Huga Loompa.
Gets revenge.
I'm gonna root for it. If Fickle Grubber got out really early last time. So
yeah, he was the first out last round.
Yeah. Because of Dilf
But
Bucket.
Fickle Grubber wasn't a spy back then.
So true.
So
true.
he's a lot more skilled now.
Yeah.
Okay. TJ Wonka, Christian Wonka, Johnny Wonka, Doug Wonka, and the Vermicious Canids hunt for other tributes. That's the fan fiction I wrote.
That's
literally the fan fiction I wrote.
The fan fiction you wrote. The sequel.
So Timmy Wonka makes a wooden spear. And then Nelda Nerd steals from Gordon Ramsay while he isn't looking. Wolf Blitzer, Grandma Georgina, Chef Amari Guichon, Grandpa George, and Detective Milano Tollhouse hunt for other tributes. So these are all a little bit like
all the fake
extras.
Yeah, all the that's okay.
Philippe Desjardins practices his archery. Gene Wonka scares Felicia off, which that's fair.
Yeah.
Roald Wonka hunts for other tributes, and Alton Wonka tries to spearfish with a trident. And that trident is probably his large nose. No, it's his fucking coattails!
He's scooping up the fish. He's going, because he's like those like birds in the water glass that just like dip down. Like that would have been him.
He looks like one of those. Fallen tributes. One cannon shot can be heard for you, Elaine.
As my pre-recorded obituary, I would just like to say, fuck all of you, and my ghost ass will haunt you, and you will have night terrors until you piss yourself. Thanks. Except for Felicia, you're a real one. And Buckle Grubber. I'm rooting for my friends.
Mark Wonka receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. And Philippe Desjardins, like the old Western boy he is, sets up camp for the night.
Love that.
Fickle Grubber does beg for Roald Wonka to kill him. Perhaps so bedraggled, that's not the word, from your loss. But he refuses, keeping Fickle Grubber alive, so he's not gone yet. Grandma Georgina and Tom Wamsgans sleep in shifts, and that makes so much sense to me.
That combo fits so well.
They would get along too well. It would be freaky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now this is a scary group. Alton Wonka, Felicia, Puppet Wonka, and Wolf Blitzer sleep in shifts.
I would not be in a group and have my eyes closed with Puppet Wonka. That would not fucking happen.
Yeah, no. Johnny Wonka bleeds out due to untreated injuries. So I guess whatever.
When he went to punch Alton Wonka's nose,
his nose was so sharp that it just shattered his arm.
His hand flew.
Once.
His hand is floating down a river somewhere, and then
Grandpa George already questions his sanity, and the entire colony of Vermicious Canids are unable to start a fire, and they sleep without warmth. Timmy Wonka, Doug Wonka, and Christian Wonka cheerfully sing songs together. The three musical Wonkas? What the fuck?
What do you think the song would be?
Well, I mean, it's probably it must be believed to be seen.
Oh, good.
But they're singing it about the dead Johnny Wonka that's about 4 feet away from them.
That they've like tied on a stake or something and
no,
are
but like
worshiping?
They just saw it and they were like, man, you gotta see this to believe this.
We're keeping him around. He's a good luck charm.
They're not carrying it with them. They just saw it, you know?
No, they took it with them.
All right. Gordon Ramsay begs for Gene Wonka to kill him, but he refuses, keeping Gordon Ramsay alive. Gordon Ramsay's like, I don't know what all you fucking candy men are doing. This place is fucking crazy. Like, he doesn't know any of the background coming in. It's just normal as Gordon Ramsay. And he's like,
it's like,
why is there a big nerd candy for you?
It's like, it would totally fit that. He wouldn't beg for like, I'm so stressed, I can't do this, let it end. He'd be like, I'm so fucking pissed and annoyed. End it all.
Free me now.
God, you idiots.
Chef Amari Guichon questions his sanity. Milano Tollhouse receives food from an unknown sponsor, perhaps from Tollhouse Cookies.
Yeah.
Chichi Wonka receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor.
Well,
which,
that's...
very cartoonish.
They know how to handle explosives. That does work. I like it.
Chef Amari Guichon picks flowers. He's having a fun day.
He's putting them in a cake he's baking later.
Grandpa George receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Milano Tollhouse explores the arena. Alton Wonka steals from Philippe Desjardins while he isn't looking. Philippe, you need to keep a better eye on things. I'm rooting for you, but it's not looking good. Vermicious Canids injures himself by accident. So I guess just they kind of ran into each other too hard.
When they were trying to make that fire, they were like, we're soggy chicken nuggets. And then, they bumper cars themselves.
Me and Hugo Loompa were both thinking about home. Wolf Blitzer trying to spearfish with a trident. Christian Wonka's pricked by thorns while picking berries. Roald Wonka overhears Gene Wonka and Puppet Wonka talking in the distance. Horrifying. Timmy Wonka and Doug Wonka hunt for other tributes, not together. TJ Wonka sprains his ankle while running away from Gordon Ramsay. Oh, Elaine, we've got a betrayal. Because Tom Wamsgans sprains his ankle while running away from who? Grandma Georgina. Grandma Georgina is cold-hearted. She's ruthless.
She knew he was weak enough that she could ensnare him. Is she on her bed? Is she in her bed and just like has little streamers behind on wheels? She goes, yeah, you know, like just bouncing around on this bed.
Yes.
Fuck
Beautiful.
yes.
I love it. Mark Wonka is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Nelda Nerd receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. But this is a sad day because Fickle Grubber does pass away from hypothermia.
Fuck that. Literally fuck that. Fuck
He's
this
joining.
entire...
He's keeping you company in Minus Land, and you're not
Fuck
going to come
this.
back at the end. It's fine.
This is all trash. My two favorite people, myself and Fickle Grubber, you can come fifth, are like...
Fifth? Who are the two Wonkas ahead of me? Because fuck you. Is it Philippe Desjardins? Because then it's fine.
It's Philippe Desjardins, and then it's... it's like Chef Amari just seems like...
Oh, we've got a crossover, though.
Oh.
The doomed tributes meet up once again. Tom Wamgans and Philippe Desjardins run into each other and decide to truce for the night.
What a pairing.
Tom Wamgans like, oh, I can get a new Greg. This is great.
I was just about to say, I could see them being like best friends.
Yeah, in like the weird, manipulative way.
Yes.
Timmy Wonka and I are both tending to our wounds. Hugo Loompa cries himself to sleep. As deserved, you killed Elaine, so... Christian Wonka receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor, probably some mom who's got a crush on him. Gene Wonka tries to sing himself to sleep. Mark Wonka catches Wolf Blitzer off guard and kills him.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing, I'm rooting for Mark, though.
I am rooting for... No. I was like, Wolf fishing with a trident was great, but Wolf Blitzer came to this fight wearing a suit. Like a full-ass blazer. And I know that our other Wonkas are wearing ridiculous like things as well, but it seems more movable than a crisp suit. That Wolf doesn't deserve to dirty. So he dies with honor. He and Fickle Grubber and me can... The Chocolate Spies News Network.
Yeah, the District 9, the Super Spies. We've said goodbye to them. Okay, Alton Wonka questions his sanity. Puppet Wonka begs for Grandma Georgina to kill him, but she refuses, keeping Puppet Wonka alive, which is interesting.
Interesting. I wonder if
maybe she's keeping it in as a source of terror for the other contestants.
Yes, yeah.
Grandpa George cooks his food before putting his fire out. Nelda Nerd starts a fire. The Vermicious Canids let Gordon Ramsay into their shelter. Which is...
How big is Nelda Nerd in this game? Would we like to say?
I'm picturing her about 3 feet tall.
Nice.
Like, not as tall as a person, but bigger than a nerd should be.
She was nerd-sized, and she fucking kills a grown-ass man. That'd be amazing.
Ant-Man.
Nelda Nerd canon has Ant-Man capabilities. Done.
All right. Rolled Wonka is awoken by nightmares. Chef Amari Guichon, he's just sleeping. He's having a nap.
Mm-hmm. After he picked his flowers.
Detective Milano Tohos tends to TJ Wonka's wounds. Another crossover that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And then Doug Wonka receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. All right, Gordon Ramsay travels to higher ground. Nelda Nerd stalks Mark Wonka. She's looking at him from afar. What's he doing? My maybe husband. What's he doing? Christian Wonka scares Felicia off. He's so intimidating to me. I can't look at him directly.
Oh my god!
I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go.
Oh my god! Wait.
TJ Wonka and Alton Wonka split up to search for resources, and then Puppet Wonka attacks Hugo Loompa, but he manages to escape.
Oh god, I hate it. That's the first time Puppet Wonka has actively done something vicious, and He's saw attacked. It in my eyes.
Yeah,
you know, it lives,
and it's weird because everything he's done before has felt like an act of violence, but it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Rolled Wonka's just fishing. Doug Wonka questions his sanity. Grandma Georgina, Timmy Wonka, Gene Wonka, Philippe Desjardins, and Grandpa George are hunting for other tributes, but they're not successful. But you know who is? Tom Wamsgans sets off an explosive, killing Chef Amari Guichon. An upset. I was not expecting that.
No.
I'm not mad about the way this is playing out, but I was not expecting Amari to be out so early.
Amari was treating this like it was Great British Bake Off.
Yeah, he was just kind of napping and picking flowers.
Snapping, you know, Tom Wamsgams, a Bam Bam. It kind of...
Tom Zambonis, he's got...
Yeah.
So 2 cannon shots. Wolf Blitzer, Chef Amari Guichon, may they rest in peace. Alrighty, let's move on to the next day. The Vermicious Canids receive an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Doug Wonka receives fresh food. Yeah, what's the sponsor?
McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Doug Wonka receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Mark Wonka tries to start a fire but is unsuccessful. And unfortunately, Gene Wonka overpowers Nelda Nerd and kills her, which is very upsetting. I was really rooting for Nelda, so this is disappointing to me.
Do you think he just like crushed her with his cane? Like, was she
3
foot
I know,
Nelda
that's so
or like
sad.
tiny Nelda?
She was 3 foot Nelda. I don't want to think about how she died, Elaine.
Well, what if she was eaten and then she can poison him on the inside, like a poisonous frog?
If he dies of food poisoning later,
fuck yeah, okay,
because that can happen.
Love it.
You're right.
We'll table that.
TJ Wonka fends Christian Wonka, Gordon Ramsay, and Grandma Georgina away from his fire, which is a fucking image. Is it weird? I'm kind of rooting for TJ Wonka. I never thought I would say that.
Because Tom and Jerry don't tend to work well as co-workers, right? Because they get in their own way. So the fact that they're able to be so unified on this front and organized, I find incredibly...
Oh, this isn't Tom and Jerry. This is TJ Wonka specifically.
Who's TJ Wonka?
The Wonka from the Tom and Jerry Wonka.
Oh my god, wait, yeah. Oh my god, wow. I just like blocked him out. Even though he was oh wow, this changes a lot of the visions I've been having. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of rooting for him because he has he's our he and Christian Borle probably on the more like chaotic-ish side, but he's so normal.
He's really, he's such a stick in the mud.
Yeah,
his hair, enjoy that.
Too
normal.
Too normal. Like, scruff it up a bit. Here we go. Scrape your knees.
I'm just quietly humming. I don't know why that's notable, but I'm quietly humming. Tom Wamsgans questions his sanity. Puppet Wonka and Hugo Loompa sleep in shifts, which they almost killed each other a few minutes ago, so that's wild. Rolled Wonka, Philippe de Darjabije Bardon, and Grandpa George cheerfully sing songs together, which sounds lovely.
I love that there's so much singing in this round.
It's a musical.
They were all actually paid by us to start singing some of the best soundtracks from our Broadway debut of Harvey Girls. And so they have to sing it every hour if they want to get kind of...
We're like, you'll get the hatchet if you sing the sirloin steak song. Go! And now we have perhaps a budding romance. Alton Wonka and Detective Milano Tollhouse huddle for warmth. Oh.
What would it be like to huddle a...
Torso
and
probably
an animation.
With the biggest nose you've ever seen. Jesus Christ, why do people keep sparing Puppet Wonka? Because Tom Wamsgans defeated Puppet Wonka in a fight, but spares his life. Do you think, like, at the moment when they're about to kill him, he reveals some deep secret about the universe or about their life, and then they can't kill him? Or he's I know the hour of your death. Like, there's something, there's gotta be something going on.
The only thing I can
here.
think that, like, Puppet Wonka could be like, keep me around. I'm a puppet. Someone has to be pulling the strings. Ignore the man in my crotch. Look up here. Can you think about that though? There's still the guy, like
there's still the guy.
It's like guy who's like just the cyborg, and it's like his brain is like in a tube kind of thing, and just connected to the actual being of the puppet. Oh, don't open that coat; you'll be sad.
He's got to be revealing some secret of the universe, or like. He's got to be giving them like a rosebud moment.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Grandma Georgina runs away from Alton Wonka. Mark Wonka's on the hunt. Gordon Ramsay stalks Grandpa George. I'm just exploring the arena. I'm nervous about me. You're
a little you're like, I've done this before. I know what hell's like. It kind of doesn't, you're like,
I'm like, let me check out this river. This was in here last time.
Yeah, you're like, I didn't really get to explore and enjoy the scenery last time. I'm excited.
I really want to take my time. I really want to be mindful about my time in the arena. Doug Wonka sets an explosive off, killing both Hugo Loompa and Timmy Wonka. So Hugo Loompa is finally out after the awful things he committed to you.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, Hugo.
But that takes out the entire second district of the newcomers.
Damn.
They're gone.
Wow. And Doug Wonka doing that, fitting. The
Revenge.
least known we know about all Wonkas is probably Doug. I still feel like.
Yeah, Doug Wonka, I don't understand.
We don't know a lot. And we have nothing to really go off of, I feel like, aside from mustache. you know?
Yeah. Philippe Desjardins is searching for firewood. Christian Wonka and TJ Wonka are splitting up to search for resources. Roald Wonka makes a slingshot. Detective Milano Tollhouse camouflages himself in the bushes. Gene Wonka receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. And then the Vermicious Canids discover a river. Rest in peace, Nelda Nerd, Hugo Loompa, and Timmy Wonka. I've never seen a river before.
This is so
yeah, they've probably
squishy.
never seen one before.
They're like, wee.
Scram! At all the fish in the water. Scram!
They're like, but they see their reflection for the first time ever, and they go, ah! Scram! No, you scram!
It's the river's telling us to scram. What the fuck?
Puppet Wonka's in the bushes going, my plan is coming along accordingly.
Okay. Does this mean he died? Christian Wonka accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Does that mean he died?
The answer is yes. Yeah.
Damn. Because I was really rooting for Christian. This is disappointing. There's a lot of deaths in this chapter, and some are quite shocking. Next up, Roald Wonka repeatedly stabs Tom Wamsgand to death.
So I'm imagining that creepy little drawing that was in my book report I did in our fourth episode or whatever.
The original one?
So imagining that creepy drawing going up to Tom and the visual of that thing repeatedly stabbing something is awful.
I'm really bummed because I was kind of rooting for Tom. He was giving such a compelling arc throughout this.
Yeah. My new favorite has to be Investigator Milano Tollhouse at this point. I mean...
Well, Philippe Desjardins is still in the game.
Oh, okay, good. And you, of course. I'm also still
I'm still in
the
game. Yeah, I have not done anything this game because I'm just losing sight of where I am. I'm just fucking lost. I got turned around on my map. I'm trying to find my way back to the hotel. Everyone's on the other side,
you're like, I'm just kind of alone and I'm digging it.
I don't even know the games are going on. I'm just kind of hanging out. Grandpa George gets medical supplies. Doug Wonka dies from thirst, which means the Broadway babes are gone.
They've sung their last song.
Puppet Wonka accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. His long arms, he thought he could get away, but he couldn't get away in time.
Far over and just kept going. You just hear an explosion and then Puppet Wonka's head lands in your head.
You hear Christian Wonka, and then 3 miles away you hear another explosion. All right, but then Mark Wonka, Gene Wonka, the Vermicious Canids, and TJ Wonka are just telling each other ghost stories to lighten the mood.
Ghost stories at the Hunger Games to lighten the mood.
Gordon Ramsay's thinking about winning. You're not winning. There's no way he's winning.
No.
Philippe Desjardins and Alton Wonka run into each other in truce for the night, and Grandma Georgina questions her sanity. I'm kind of rooting for Alton Wonka, too, to be honest.
I'm kind of okay if he goes, but I respect the journey, the hero's arc he could have.
Investigator Milano Tollhouse runs away from Roald Wonka. Philippe Desjardins receives fresh food. I'm just searching for a water source. I've done jack shit. Literally. Grandpa George begs for Mark Wonka to kill him. He refuses, keeping Grandpa George alive. Grandma Georgina receives clean water. Gene Wonka finds a cave. TJ Wonka sprains his ankle while running away from the Vermicious
We're
Canids.
in the cave. It leads to our studio apartment.
It leads to the Wonka well, and that's where you and Fickle Grubber are. Next thing. A fire spreads throughout the... Oh, no.
Oh, Felicia?
Roald Wonka survives. Mark Wonka survives. Grandma Georgina, Milano Tollhouse, Vermicious Canid, Gordon Ramsay, TJ Wonka, Alton, Gene, Grandpa George all survived. But I kill Philippe Desjardins in order to utilize a body of water safely, which I don't know what that means.
What the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean? Was I like, I need to drown you so I can get over here?
Philippe, I saw you pee in the river. Die. You've been casually strolling along, humming to yourself, and you just see him in the water, and you're like, I don't like
you're getting in the way. You're getting in the way of my bumper boat.
Philippe, look at your campground. Leave no trace behind. I'm gonna have to exterminate you now. Wow. Ouch. Character Felicia. I don't know if I can root for you, character Felicia.
I don't want to root for me either.
Oh my god.
But it says it doesn't seem like it was motivated for a bloodlust. It's in order to utilize a body of water safely. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which at least had yeah, it's not as bad as like if you had repeatedly stabbed Philippe Desjardins.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
Jesus,
there's a lot less to come back from there. Christian Wonka, Tom Wambsgans, Doug Wonka, Puppet Wonka, Philippe Desjardins, rest in peace. We lost a lot of good ones this round.
We did.
But a light in the game. Fascinating. All right.
Do we have anyone who's like, okay, we do. I was like, do we have any like actual hardcore canon people left? But we have, we have the grandpas, the grandma,
we have Grandpa
George,
Grandma Georgina, Gene Wonka.
Okay, that's right.
We have a lot of Wonkas left.
That's true. Okay, I was just gonna laugh really hard if everyone in canon died.
I kind of want that to happen though.
Yeah.
Felicia stays awake all night. Again, not really doing much. Alton Wonka cooks his food before putting his fire out, flipping the steak with his big nose. Milano Tollhouse tries to sing himself to sleep. Harvey Girls all the way. Grandma Georgina. Oh my god, wait. Grandma Georgina convinces Grandpa George to snuggle with her. Reuniting.
Oh my gosh, they were like talking about divorce and now they're like back together? At this point, I can't believe I was the first. I'm still pissed. I can't believe I was the first kill. Are you telling, between you and me, who do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we would make it further. Like, you're telling me that
you're telling me Philippe Desjardins made it farther than you.
Desjardins made it farther than me. I love Fickle Grubber. A frog? I created him.
All right, so Gordon Ramsay tries to sing himself to sleep. Mark Wonka begs for Gene Wonka to kill him, but he refuses, keeping Mark Wonka alive. Roald Wonka tends to his wounds. The Vermicious Canids receive an explosive from an unknown sponsor, and then TJ Wonka thinks about winning. Gordon Ramsay is pricked by thorns while picking berries. He's preparing for a new recipe. Gene Wonka, Mark Wonka, they're splitting up. They're searching for resources. Milano Tollhouse makes a wooden spear. The Vermicious Canids, they're gathering firewood. And then we have the team-ups of Grandma Georgina and Alton Wonka hunting for tributes, and then Roald Wonka, Felicia, and TJ Wonka hunt for other tributes. That team scares me.
I think you've lost it. You've lost who you are as a human at this point.
Yeah, I'm very much, I seem to be in fight or flight survival mode at this point.
Yeah, because that group
still haven't done anything except for maybe push Philippe Desjardins into a lake.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, you're playing the long game, and I respect it.
Oh, but here's the crazy thing. A volcano erupts at the center of the arena because apparently that happens.
What?
Apparently that fucking happens.
I did not see that one coming.
Mark Wonka survives. Roald Wonka, Detective Milano Tollhouse, Felicia, Gene Wonka, Grandpa George, and TJ Wonka are all safe. But here is something I want to see. Alton Wonka dips his weapon in the lava and kills the Vermicious Canids with it. Doesn't that sound incredible? I want an animation. I want an anime battle for the end of the world.
That's so like Lord of the Rings and then literally like killing space demons. You know, like these like like that's like a sci-fi fantasy. He dips his fucking weapon in lava and it doesn't fucking melt. What the hell? It's his nose. He's an animation. Nothing hurts. He dips his nose.
Oh my god. You know what? I think I'm rooting for Alton Wonka. I want Alton Wonka to win. He's killing this game.
I might get back on the Alton Wonka bus. I didn't take it the first time around, but I got my bus token and I'm in line. I'll put it that
way. We do have a sad loss here. Gordon Ramsay dips his weapon in the lava and kills Grandma Georgina with it.
Oh my god, that's just...
She's an elder!
I'm gonna make a shish kebab out of you.
What was that?
I don't know. I can't do a Gordon Ramsay voice.
Me either.
Just
rest in peace to the Vermicious Canids and Grandma Georgina. All right. Mark Wonka and TJ Wonka talk about the tributes still alive. Alton Wonka, Felicia, Gene Wonka, Roald Wonka, and Detective Milano Tollhouse sleep in shifts. Gordon Ramsay sets up camp for the night, and Grandpa George quietly hums. We're getting down to it, guys. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. We got a lot of deaths here. Oh, no! Okay. TJ Wonka sets an explosion off, killing Roald Wonka, Detective Milano Tollhouse, and Grandpa George. So this is a lot of losses here. This is...
I know.
And TJ Wonka means that he killed his lover there.
God. I could see him not actually having feelings.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
has that, like,
if one of them's going to betray the relationship, it's going to become.
Yeah. TJ Wonka looks like a gaslighter. Babe, I'm doing everything I can. What about you, though? You know?
So Gene Wonka sets off an explosive, killing me. So
wow,
I'm
Gene
gone.
Wonka kills you. Damn.
Rest in peace. That was a bummer.
Wow.
So not a victory for us this time. I thought we were getting close. We made it up to the wire.
Wow.
But the real loss of this round is Gordon Ramsay killing Alton Wonka with a hatchet, because I'm really fucking disappointed. I was really rooting for Alton Wonka all the way.
Goomba Loomba.
I do not want Gordon Ramsay to win this. Goomba Loomba is
this is not what I want. And like, but he's fueled by so much anger because no one would like kill him, that he's like, I'm unleashing. I've been holding back this whole time, guys. Think about that. I've been holding back.
But yeah, Gordon Ramsay must have chopped off his nose, because that's the only way. All of his power is in the nose. But Mark Wonka, he decides not to go to the feast because Nelda Nerd is dead and that's all he lived for. So you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't need any family memoirs and things like that.
No.
He has his disappearing box, his disappearing Nerd's Trick box that he held, that he kept things in.
He has a secret ruler that's really sharp.
TJ Wonka receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Gordon Ramsay searches for firewood. Gene Wonka hunts for other tributes. And then Mark Wonka sets up an explosive and then accidentally detonates it. Which is sad. I mean, I just don't want Gordon Wonka. I'm really out of these people. I want TJ Wonka.
You know, like when people go on
something I never thought I would say.
You know, when people go on a reality show and there's a basic thing everyone fucks up, and you would think that they would learn how to do that thing before they get on the show, but they don't. They're like, yeah, I don't know how to sew. Ha ha.
You're talking about sewing on Drag Race.
Yes. Or don't do risotto on Chopped. We learned this. I feel like everyone needed to go to an explosives class, because clearly no one understood what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
You know?
So we're coming up on our last round, and this is concerning me, because the people we have left are Gordon, Gene, and TJ Wonka. Which is not... It's
okay, I'm going
if you made me pick 3 people I didn't want, it probably would have been these 3. Not that I have anything against Gene. I just feel like we had such a crazy cast, you know?
Yeah.
He was in the last round, you know? Like...
I'm going to root for TJ, and honestly, if Gordon wins in a way that'll be hysterical... in like a chaotic way. I'm rooting for TJ.
It's gonna piss me the hell off if he wins. So 6 cannon shots rolled. Milano Tollhouse, Grandpa George, Alton Wonka, Felicia, and Mark Wonka. Down to the final 3. I'm really concerned about clicking next, but we're gonna see. Gene Wonka climbs to a tree to rest. TJ Wonka looks at the nice sight, and Gordon Ramsay cries himself to sleep. He knows he does not deserve this win.
Finally caught up to him.
TJ Wonka goes hunting. Gordon Ramsay's having a change of heart. He's tending to Gene Wonka's wounds. You know, you and I aren't so different after all. Yeah, Gordon, sure. I mean, that's cool that you think that. I mean, I think we're pretty different, but you can have your opinions. You know? TJ Wonka defeats Gene Wonka in a fight, but spares his life. Everybody's getting all buddy-buddy in the end. Gordon Ramsay is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Insane that the chef...
The chef who was like, he like killed 2 people with lava, right? Or he just followed the trend of killing people with a lava.
Gordon Ramsay has been deadly throughout this competition.
Gordon Ramsay has killed. He is not sidelined. He has been active, very active.
Yeah, it's not like me who like maybe pushed Philippe Desjardins into a body of water. You know, this is different. TJ Wonka receives medical supplies from an unknown spawner, and Gene Wonka and Gordon Ramsay are working together for the day. They're having like a whole arc over here. A tsunami rolls into the arena, but everybody survives. So, all right, proceed. TJ Wonka thinks about... TJ Wonka thinks about home. Gene Wonka receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor, and then Gordon Ramsay accidentally steps on a landmine. Which I think is the funniest way for him to go out, because he's come off as so competent throughout this. Like, he's feeling like very competent. Like, it seems like he knows what he's doing. Like, he really took... I'm sure he went out into the wilderness with Bear Grylls once, because, you know, the Bear Grylls industrial complex reaches every celebrity at some point. And I guess he took that to heart, but no, he just stepped on a landmine.
I imagine also it was this thing where he was like going in the bathroom and he was like, oh, I left my toilet paper over there. And on the way to grab it, boom, there was the landmine. Oops.
And he slipped on a banana peel while he did it.
And then he farted.
You know what he actually slipped on? Alton Wonka's nose.
So this land, by the way, has been ravaged by a volcano and a tsunami? Is there any
tsunami,
foliage left?
a volcano, and a large fire?
Like, it's low.
But here's the thing. Our final two contestants are TJ Wonka and Gene Wonka, which feels poetic because we have perhaps the most popular Wonka against the least popular Wonka,
Yes.
I would say.
Yes.
I think TJ Wonka is decidedly the least popular out of the main canon.
Because no one
Because,
knows.
like, the Broadway shows, and no one knows about TJ Wonka. No one knows about him.
I mean, I literally was thinking Tom and Jerry, even though I knew that TJ Wonka was a thing.
You fucking forgot about him this
deleted
episode.
him from my brain. That is how, and I've been very active here.
So we're rooting for the underdog. I think that's the thing. Gene Wonka feels like he already is the top dog.
Yeah, yeah. Rooting for TJ.
I'm very concerned.
Oh, God.
TJ Wonka ambushes Gene Wonka and kills him, meaning TJ Wonka is the winner of Wonka Watch Hunger Games.
What a dark horse.
Wonka Watch's annual second Hunger Games.
God.
He's added to the leaders board Mike TV and TJ Wonka, natural born killers. And TJ Wonka had the most kills by a significant degree. He had 4 kills. The next closest being Gene Wonka with 2.
Who all did TJ Wonka kill?
TJ Wonka killed Roald Wonka, Detective Milano Tollhouse, and Grandpa George in an explosive. And then he killed Gene Wonka. Yeah, Gene Wonka had killed me and Nelda Nerd, who were 2 fan favorites. That makes sense why we were kind of rooting against it. Because, like, why am I not wanting... I'm like, because he killed me. That's why I'm not wanting him to win.
Yeah, it sucks because, like, I was going to root for Hugo Loompa and Ficklegarber. All my favorites died right out the bat. I died first. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, you placed 24th.
You're telling me that fucking Alton Wonka was near the end? You're telling me the Vermicious Canids and their soggy chicken nugget asses were able to make a fire? It should say something that I was rooting for them at one point.
Yeah, I kind of was rooting for them too.
This is so weird. Go for it. Philippe Desjardins, man. There was a lot more like...
Philippe Desjardins eliminated 12th.
Plot twists of betrayal from our...
You know what I mean? I feel like there was a little bit more logic and plot to this simulation.
Yeah,
I feel like I was able to pin together a narrative more. Yeah, so TJ Wonka had the most kills, and then Gene Wonka, Doug Wonka, and Gordon Ramsay all killed 2 people. Hugo Loompa with 1 with you.
Asshole.
Roald Wonka, Alton Wonka, Mark Wonka, me, and Tom Wamsgans all with 1 kill. So
I didn't even get to kill anyone.
I know. I'm really sorry for you.
At least Ficklegarber didn't kill me. That would have been heartbreaking. And you didn't kill me. I've been waiting for that to happen. One of us kills the other. So I'm glad that we haven't... Yeah.
The ultimate betrayal.
The ultimate betrayal. But
that was exhilarating.
I'm having to hold Ficklegarber. It should say a lot, the fact that I got very emotional throughout that entire process.
Yeah, nothing got me as hard as when Timmy T died last time, and I almost cried about it.
Yes.
But I think I understood what I was getting into more this time.
Yeah, because like I feel like the character arc, kind of like you were saying, like Timmy T was our sweet little baby who kept picking berries, I feel like we had true adults in this round.
Yeah, there were no children included in this round. So there was less guilt.
Yeah,
I thought about bringing Mike TV back because he won last time, but that felt kind of cruel. So
yeah. Also, he's been there, done that.
I feel like he'd just win again.
Right. He would just win again. We get to have our Hall of Famers, and then once we're on our 30th, we can do an All-Star season.
All-Stars. Oh my god. I'm really happy with TJ Wonka, which I never thought I would say. If you asked me from this lineup, I would not have picked him, but the way it went down, it felt right. It's fun
to put these people, these characters and stuff into this situation, because it's like if we went and we were like, who's gonna win Jeopardy? I'm not gonna say TJ Wonka. No. But for Hunger Games, if you told me, TJ Wonka wins, I'm like, yeah. Okay.
He's pragmatic. He's resourceful.
Yes.
He's a bit of a stick in the mud, but that's probably a good thing. He's not a risk taker. And I think that's why he succeeded.
Mm-hmm. He didn't let his emotions
God, I want to watch
him.
Alton Wonka kill the Vermicious Canids with lava on his nose.
That scenario was fucking insane. I
want to see it in an animated music video to a fucking Kate Bush song,
That was hands down the best scene of this entire Hunger Games.
God, I love Alton Wonka. I feel like I'm glad. I feel like you're starting to see what I see in Alton Wonka.
I like him more than I did before this.
I don't know why I like Alton Wonka. I just feel comforted by him. How the fuck are we going to make predictions from that, though? Like, that is challenging.
I feel like this showed me that there are sides to us that we don't know exist until we're put under pressure. Okay. So my prediction is we're going to have a good character who is going to have a moment of weakness and will turn on the other character in the form of letting someone know something. If that makes sense. And then they're standing behind the boss when the evil boss is saying something like, Angelica, you betrayed my trust. And they look really sad and they're going to like, you know, make it better. I'm not making that part of my prediction. I'm just saying usually the character arc is they're like, no, I fucked up. I'll make this better.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to have a betrayal of such.
Do you think it's going to be the kid that he sings a song with?
Oh my God.
Because I feel like it would be.
Damn. I'll throw a vote that way. But that is not my prediction. Because I need it to be vague enough.
Yeah.
My
prediction is there will be some sort of physical fight in Wonka. Does not matter the severity.
Oh, I love it.
It can be a little scuffle. It can be a little like slappy hands fight. But I think there will be some sort of physical altercation within the Wonka 2023 prequel.
Those were good predictions, I feel like.
Look at us.
There's 40 episodes later. Here we are.
Look, you didn't even bring up an instrument, Elaine. You can do it. Oh no, she's twitching. She's about to bring out an instrument.
There will be no flugelhorn in this entire musical.
It's like they get summoned out of you. It's like,
well, I know. Think about it, and then you mention it. I'm like, oh, but I do have a hot take today on the composition, don't I? Always at the ready. Will there be any 5/4 time? Do we feel spicy in this one?
There's going to be a bridge in 7/8. It's like, what are we?
There's going to be a waltz, right? I'll save that for later, though. I gotta think on that one. You know,
I actually think the waltz isn't a bad description.
You know, there has to be fun.
Ragtime inspired number, also a good prediction.
Good. Hold those. We don't deserve to throw those out just yet.
Yeah, lock them in a little box.
Lock them in a little box, and then
stuff them up all Tim Wonka's nose for safekeeping. Yeah. Nice.
Thanks so much for listening, everybody. If you want to do your own Hunger Games simulation with these characters or anyone of any sort, we have the link in the description. Just know that there are very intense versions of this, so make sure you check out the settings before you hit run if you're not into the more hardcore stuff.
Just know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, know what you're getting yourself into. And if you have a ton of fun and you get a fun result, let us know who wins. We'd love to hear it. And you can let us know by emailing us at wonkarapture@gmail.com. If you feel like supporting this podcast and you feel like, wow, I want to have an original song sung about me like I did for Bridget last time, well, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Wonka Watch, and we will greatly appreciate it. Felicia and I are getting to see each other in October, and we would like to do things in person, such as the board game and other such things, which can be funded from your support. Thank you. You can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Wonka Watch, and after all is said and done and the blood has been shed and we're back in our lazy boy chairs just cozying up with a blanket, we turn off the television, and it turns out it's really not that important.
It's really not that important. Elaine died first, and therefore it's not that important.
Fuck you.
Bye. I'm saying it's not that important because you died first.
Oh, I thought you were saying, I thought you were like emphasizing that I'm not important. And this
No. I was saying, no.
Oh. Well, then fuck you to Huga Loompa. Huga Loompa, who, like, we've been such supporters.
Huga Loompa is not important.
Huga Loompa is having a scandal right now. you're in a scandal right now, and we have beef.
Because you killed Elaine in a hypothetical Hunger Games simulator. Yeah. We have beef.
Now, Hugh Grant, we're fine. Huga Loompa, though?
Huga Loompa is not important.
Don't even fucking deal with it, bitch. I'm coming for ya.
All right, bye.
Bye.